A new season is here, and the way 2024 is running away very quickly, it got me asking.
Why are you running?
But the main character in this wants to run away from his responsibilities after reincarnating as an overpowered noble. He wants to chill like me and you and do nothing at all. The hero lies on his deathbed after saving the world. It's already known that the heroes meet their demise sometimes when they get betrayed by someone they trusted or fall for the enemy's trap. Due to their great power, those who are terrified of them avoid and ostracize them. This hero still gave his life despite these challenges. His dying wish to the gods was to live a simple life as a nobody when reincarnated. He is reborn as Alan, firstborn of the ducal house of Westfelt. He is rudely woken up by his younger brother who calls him a useless lump. Their father has summoned him. As the two make their way through the hall, the younger brother expresses his joy that this day has finally come. He's surprised that their father has had so much compassion keeping Alan around. The second-born feels like he has suffered so far due to that decision. Alan bows before his father as the Duke points out how he has remained at level 1 since he was born. All his stat values are ordinary, and to make matters worse, he wasn't given any gifts during his blessing ceremony. His father points out that every child in the world receive a gift from the gods as a sign of their favor, so for him to be denied one is exceptionally terrible. Sounds like MASH 2.0. The Duke hopes that even a fool like Alan understands how bad his situation is. He is more than a disappointment considering he's supposed to be the heir of the Westfelt family. His failure sullies and brings shame on their great house. Based on this, he is officially excommunicated from the family. The guy is kicked out with only the clothes on his back and his sword. Alan sees this as freedom and is surprised that he was reincarnated as the son of such an awful Duke. However, he can finally find his way and search out the peace he craved so badly in his previous life. Alan heard that the borderlands on the eastern edge of his ex-family's territory is quiet. He's sure he can live his simple, trouble-free life there. This will be a complete contrast to his last one, where everyone was afraid of him. After doing some fishing, he proceeds forward till he feels like he has walked far enough to start looking for a good place to settle. While scouting, he spots a dire situation in the distance. Beatrice struggles to fend off a pack of clay wolves that keep regenerating when she defeats them. Sounds like a nightmare for Thanos. The knight has never seen such monsters before. She is worried that if this keeps up, they will get to eat Lady Lys for dinner, whom she's sworn to protect. The lady worriedly calls to her guard. Beatrice tells for her to flee while she holds the monsters off. Lisa refuses to do that. All the while, Alan uses his eye powers and identifies the damsel in distress as Lys, the first princess of the kingdom of Adoastella. He wonders what a royal is doing at this backwater. This triggers a flashback to when they were younger, and as members of the elite class, the two frequently met at parties. On one such night, she overheard some nobles talking about how useless Alan was, and how his failure had become so legendary that everyone was talking about it. They couldn't believe such a coward was the heir to a prominent ducal house of the kingdom. Those nobles just felt sorry for his father, since he had just recently lost his wife at the time. Lisa demanded that they apologize to Alan for their nasty comments. This surprised everyone at the party. The lady let them know that Alan was perfectly praiseworthy and was not a failure. Back to the present, Alan would have preferred not to use his powers from his last life in front of anyone. But if someone who believed in him is in trouble, then he can't sit by and do nothing, and the girls are in deep doo-doo because Beatrice has just been disarmed and critically wounded. Alan clenches his sword and activates his lightning feet and dashes towards the danger at a breakneck speed like his first name is Barry. All the while, the princess holds her longtime guard as the clay wolves close in. With her demise staring her in the face, the only person that comes to her mind is Alan, so she calls his name. She closes her eyes ready to accept her death, but it doesn't come, and she hears Alan's voice as he says that he heard someone call his name. She opens her eyes to see the lad holding one of the wolves like how I hold old voice Sama. He kicks the others that try to attack. The princess wonders what he's doing around. He assures her that they will discuss the details later. The guy uses his divine eyes to analyze the creatures before him. He locates their cores and rains down a hail of swords that strikes their weak spots and everything else. Talk about overkill. Lys is amazed of his power for a moment, but her attention quickly goes back to Beatrice. The knight doesn't think she's going to make it, so the lady begins to cry. Beatrice thanks Alan for saving the lady, but the lad pauses her praises for a moment to heal her wounds. The former hero heals the injuries and restores her broken armor. She gets up shocked to see such a grave wound gone without a trace. The girls are amazed and ask Alan what that power is. He tries to think of an excuse because he can't tell them it's a power he inherited from his last life. The ladies just speculate that it could be a gift of rank that the church is unaware of. Alan just goes along with that explanation, but he wants to know what the first princess of the kingdom is doing out in the borderlands. Lise explains how she received divine revelation the other day. These are prophecies from the gods given through a person's gift. On this occasion, they weren't imparted with any precise information. They were guided in the direction of Clume Village in the borderlands so that they could prevent misfortune. Unluckily, they were suddenly attacked by these monsters, and if it wasn't for Alan, they would have been monster food. The guy tries to downplay his achievement. The princess turns the same question to him. The guy slips past the question better than Mayweather dodging a jab. He comments on how they shouldn't be sitting around taking in such a place. The banished noble suggests that they continue their conversation in the wagon. He shows the versatility of his heal spell when he fixes the wagon and revives the defeated horse. As they move, he explains how his family cast him out. The princess can't believe how cruel the Westfelts are. Alan tells them that he's traveling through the wastelands for the time being. He's taken aback that Lise doesn't want to report him to the kingdom because the powers he just showcased would be extremely useful to the state. Beatrice agrees that sending him back to the House of Westfelt will be the best thing to do if one is thinking about the interest of the kingdom. Lise is going to put her friend before the kingdom. She is sure that this makes her unfit to be royalty. She thinks it's wrong of the kingdom to survive at the expense of someone's life. Alan is touched to hear this and thanks her for not snitching on him. They eventually arrive at the village and find the place to be too quiet. Beatrice even wonders if anyone lives there. Alan debunks the theory that monsters attacked the place, leaving it to fall into ruin. He doesn't sense the presence of beasts anywhere in the surrounding area. The knight has noticed that they have not been attacked by any creatures since he joined them. The banished noble suggests that the creatures are afraid of something and are avoiding the village. As they move further into the settlement, the princess spots a few inhabitants. They have all gathered for some reason, which is why the place seems abandoned. As they get closer, Akira is shoved out of the chief's residence. The leader lets her know that he has nothing more to say to her. As soon as Lise sees her, she is certain that Akira is the light the prophecy spoke of. The princess even knows her by name, but Akira doesn't recognize her. This annoys Lise, who reveals her name. The princess reminds Akira of her trip to the royal capital and how she showed her around the palace and shared meals with her. The girl remembers and apologizes because she's bad with names. To Lise, it looked like she had forgotten of her completely. Alan is a little confused by what the princess means by light. Beatrice asks the banished noble if he has ever heard of the gift called Braver. It is a special gift bestowed upon one person in a generation and grants the power of 1,000 warriors. It is arguably the strongest gift, and its bearer is also known as the hero. Akira is currently the one who has been gifted with the Braver skill. Lisa's revelation proclaimed for her to become a guide for the light and clear away the darkness. Alan interprets it as the princess needs to save the hero. Akira stands there quietly, but her stomach yells for some food as it growls. They head into an inn to get a meal. The hero reveals that she is hunting a dragon currently. Akira was traveling when she ran into a child. The kid explained that she had nearly been given as a sacrifice to the dragon that lived in the mountains, but she did the 10 toes and ran away. Akira came to get details from the village chief, and they all saw the result of that conversation. The leader refused to talk and told her to keep out of the situation. The princess assumes that the villagers were threatened by the dragon and forced to offer a sacrifice. Alan suspects that the villagers are rather proactively offering a sacrifice to the dragon to receive its protection. Monster attacks are a matter of life and death for small villages like this one. That explains the abnormally low number of monsters in the area. The creatures are too scared of the dragon, so they don't come near. Akira feels like this is the most reasonable explanation based on the reaction of the chief. The hero feels like this type of scenario is something that is not foreign to these lands. She informs the trio that she hid the child in a cave nearby until they sort things out. The hero feared that the villagers might do something to her if she brought her back. Now that her belly is full, Akira doesn't have anything left to do in this village, so she reveals her intention to defeat the dragon. She permits them to join her if they want. The hero lets Alan know that the kid pleaded to be saved, so she's going to take out the dragon even if the villagers are not in support. Lise intends to follow her because she wants to, and promises not to be a hindrance. Alan doesn't think he can live happily knowing that his friends are in danger, so he joins them as well. He gives a little pop star wink to the princess, which makes her blush. The party later reach the base of the mountain. They stop to go over the plan. The hero intends to face the dragon head-on while the others circle the back for a pincer attack. Alan feels like it would be better if he takes the front, but Akira refuses because she gets the feeling that he would beat the dragon alone. He gives a knowing smile, feeling like the hero is overestimating him, but she lets him know that she can tell that he's not ordinary. Akira even expresses her desire to spar with him, but defeating the dragon comes first. Alan agrees to go a couple of rounds with her when they are done overcoming the monster. The hero rushes ahead, eager to annihilate the dragon before they get there. While they struggle to climb the mountain, Akira is already at the summit. Alan suspects that his former family is connected to the dragon. Clume Village has likely been built for the purpose of offering up a sacrifice. The House of Westfelt is borrowing the power of the dragon to help maintain the peace in the borderlands. A pillar of fire jets into the sky, signaling that the battle between the hero and the monster has begun. Akira dodges the attack and counters with a lightning strike. She is surprised to see the monster still standing. The dragon lets out a laugh and asks the hero if she has come to play. Akira takes offense to that question and prepares to attack. The dragon points to the girl lying close to him. The creature confesses to letting the girl go on purpose. He doesn't need to devour his sacrifices. He just wants to see the despair on their faces. Since he's long living, it helps quell his boredom. He never imagined that letting a sacrifice escape would bring such delightful entertainment. Hearing this angers Akira, who attacks with her full power, but it does no harm. The ancient creature hopes that she wasn't being serious with that attack and swats her away with his tail like she's an annoying fly. The hero is unable to move after that attack. The dragon teases her for her pathetic sword skills. Akira can't believe that there was such a difference in their strength. The dragon flies up to finish her off with a fire blast, but Alan comes in like a true hero and cuts the wing of the creature, causing it to crash down. He leaves the others to take care of Akira and the girl as the dragon charges at them. He stops it with a powerful slash, to the creature's surprise, because his blade looks dull. Alan tells the beast that he's rather fond of it. The dragon reveals that he's supposed to be the closest thing to a god. He is known as the Red Dragon King, so a mere human shouldn't be able to wound him. Alan does his analysis and concludes that the dragon is strong with a power that is a class above the rest. Thanks to Akira, he was able to gather a lot of information on the creature and is confident that he can take the dragon out with his world-end power. He refuses to waste the opportunity given to him by the hero. The Dragon King tries to use the ladies as human shields. However, the princess gives him a confident look to proceed with his assault. Alan dashes in confident that things are different in this life. He hits the creature with an ultimate skill that explodes it and clears the sky. The dragon utters that they didn't warn him about such a foe. Pieces of the dragon fall like confetti. This is far from the peaceful life he was looking for, but if someone who believes in him is in trouble, then it might be all right for him to take a little detour for now. The joyful faces of everyone after passing through this ordeal makes it worth it, bringing the episode to an end.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time for more legendary tales.